Hi guys, so weird way to start a video, massive tub of water here, but this is our next stage of our Forge World model. So in a previous video we've already had the cleaning side of things, so we've had using the mould line removal tool, the hobby knife, the file and the emery boards. Ironically, I know I said I preferred using the mould line removal tool, but I ended up using the knife for most of the actual model, just to kind of aid me on getting rid of some of the larger parts of the resin. But anyway, so now we move on to the washing part of things. This is why we come on here. So this, just a water pot, a pan, thank you Patty, of not boiling but still hot water with washing up liquid inside, just and we're going to soak our models in here, or at least the parts in here, and then dig them out and clean them off and give them a bit of a scrub, just to make sure they have none of the agents that are used in the moulding process, to make sure that the paint sticks and to make sure the glue sticks. So literally just drop all the parts in. Don't have to be particularly careful about this, just make sure they all go in. Something I forgot to mention as well, in both my previous videos, I've actually got the Butcher Cannon with this one, which is a lovely piece of kit, massive gun, and also the Siege Claw as well to play with too. So we're going to drop that all in there. So we're going to leave this for probably about, I sound like a cookery show host, but we're going to leave this for about 10 minutes, making sure I've not missed any. And then what I'll do is I'll do a short video on digging it out and cleaning it, and then yeah, that'll be the cleaning part of this video done. See you in a second, guys. Hi guys, so crazy camera angle, but we've come into the next part, which is we've let the parts soak for a little while in here, and now we're going to use our scrubber brush. Now people use toothbrushes on this. I am using the flash removal brush that Games Workshop do with the mould line removal tool, so it works pretty much just as well. I wouldn't suggest brushing your teeth with it, but this is what I use. So just have a fish round in here. Nice big bit first. So here we go. If I can bring that into camera, let's move the camera around a little bit so you've got a bit of a better view. So let it soak, just give it a good scrub all over with this. What it's going to do is just get rid of any suds and also get rid of any excess. And we want to try and get into, I appreciate in this one it's going to be quite difficult, but into all the recesses. Certainly do all the surfaces. There we go. And then once you've done that, let's pop it on the side over here. So I'd pop mine onto a towel just to have somewhere out of the way to let it dry. So Butcher Cannon next. So nice and simple. Now sometimes if your water's a little bit too hot, you find your pieces will be quite soft. So with things like the blade on the Butcher Cannon, just be quite gentle with it. If you do find something bends, guys, or is bent out of shape when you have it, with Forge World, don't try and bend it straight off because you'll snap it. So what you do, get a tub of really hot water and a tub of really cold water, dump it in there into the hot water for a little while, probably even holding it. So let's say this was bent, I'd dip it in, hold it under there, then reposition it, then dip it into the cold water, and then basically just repeat that until it is in the shape that you need it to be. So with personal experience, for example, the Slaaneshi Greater Demon, for example, her hair strands are actually straight when they come in the packaging. So that's so you have to do that with those. But this one's all right. I've not had any mismould particularly. I've had a little bit of couple of heavy mould lines, but nothing can't be dealt with. So it's a nice simple procedure this, and it just kind of is your safety net to say that, you know, the paint doesn't scrape off. And I have had models where it's come off, and it's very frustrating to spend lots of time, or have someone spend a lot of time on the models for just the paint to come off. So once we've done this, and all the parts have been scrubbed and a clean and dry, what we'll do is we'll assemble the model. So that's going to be my next video. And then the last thing you do, generally, it's recommended. Now, not everyone does this, but so I didn't do it with my Iron Warriors, and I was quite lucky. But I've done it with all the Iron Warriors since my first 1,000 points, which, if you have a look at my videos, you'll see. But a lot of people recommend that you use Games Workshop Purity Seal, which is a satin varnish, to just spray your made but unpainted model with. And what that does, that just gives an extra layer for your paint to sit on, which means if there is any of this nasty material left on that stops the paint sticking, then it's just covered over. So I know one guy, there's no guarantees, I'll be honest, because there was one chap who does, what does he do, Tyranids and Emperor's Children. He's part of the Great Crusade. He's called Jamie, and he's doing Pre-Heresy Emperor's Children as a captain. And he had a Hierophant Biotitan, which he did everything I'm doing now, including spraying it with Purity Seal, and then started painting it, and the paint just fell off, and it took him, I think, 3 coats of Purity Seal just to make it secure. But touch wood, this wood should be alright. It's just the risk you sometimes get, you know, it's just the way things are, and as a modeler and a painter, you just have to be ready to try and combat any of this that you find. But this is the easiest way to do this. Leave it to dry. I generally don't bother drying it. I just let it dry for an hour or so naturally, and then yeah, we'll start our building, and that'll be my next vid. So I'll finish this under my own steam, guys. Thank you very much for watching again, and the next video should be a fully built decimator ready for purity sealing and painting. See you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Bye bye.